Neo disconnecting from the simulation is one of the most shocking early moments in the franchise. When he expresses his desires to return to the simulation, Morpheus explains to him the dangers of awakening people from the Matrix when they have reached adulthood. But why? Why does the brain become so attached to the simulation? In this video, we will be talking about the danger of awakening from the Matrix. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
In the first Matrix, Morpheus expresses to Neo a somewhat ominous comment. He expresses that it's too dangerous for an adult to wake up from the Matrix because the mind won't accept reality.
We have a rule. We never free a mind once it's reached a certain age. It's dangerous. The mind has trouble letting go. I've seen it before and I'm sorry.
Now, we can interpret this comment in many different ways, from a philosophical ideal to something more literal in the world of the Matrix that can be read in a specific comic book. The first possible interpretation of Morpheus's mysterious comment is the philosophical. This idea proposes that an adult already has their own firmly held ideals and beliefs. As we get older, we tend to hold on more tightly to our opinions and views of the world. Changing our minds becomes increasingly more difficult with age. This is because with age comes experience and reputation. We have lived a certain way for decades, cultivating relationships and habits around our beliefs. To suddenly rethink all that would be a tremendous shock to the psyche. For example, imagine someone who has faithfully followed a religion their entire adult life. They have dedicated countless hours to studying the doctrines, building their entire social network around that faith. Changing your religion at the age of 50 or 60 would mean questioning decades of deeply held beliefs. They would have to rethink their closest relationships and much of their identity. The same goes for political ideology. If you fervently supported a party for 30 years, admitting that you were wrong can be devastating. It forces you to reconsider your understanding of the world, your moral values, your sense of community. And now, on the other hand, it is easier to change a young person's mind. They have much less accumulated experience, and their beliefs are not as deeply ingrained. They don't have decades of habits and relationships to back those ideas. Therefore, they are more open to questioning and replacing them. But for an adult, changing their core beliefs can make them feel like they have wasted their lives, or that their identity is false. Therefore, Morpheus warns that awakening an adult from the Matrix carries great risks. The idea also comes from Plato's philosophy of the cave. Like the prisoners in the cave who only knew the shadows cast in front of them, the adults trapped inside the Matrix only knew the simulated reality presented to them. Plato argued that if you freed one of those prisoners and forced him to look into the real world, he would first refuse and resist. He would have a hard time accepting that what he always believed was real is not. Likewise, in the Matrix, we see that revealing to an adult that the world is a machine-generated illusion would be extremely difficult to accept. The second interpretation focuses on the devastating physical impact that awakening from the Matrix can have on an adult person. Seeing the real world for the first time after decades of living in a simulated world would be an overwhelming shock for anyone, but for an older adult, it can be lethal. This is depicted in one of the Matrix comic books titled Saviors. In it, the main character named Michael tells the tragic story of what happened when he tried to wake his parents from the Matrix. The comic is written by Spencer Lamb and is part of the official series of Matrix comic books published to expand the Matrix universe. Reading from the comic, quote, "Last week, my parents died. Not by a gun or knife or poison. They died in pain, with me watching. They were thrashing in what seemed like a shared heart attack, but were convulsing from something far worse. I told them about the Matrix, as I had learned it. I now know the older you are, the less chance of survival. No one warned me. They died on exit. I like to believe they enjoyed one last moment, awake. The truth, of course, is not that innocent. They died from shock. They died in terror." End quote. This panel revealed and confirmed the theory that the older a person is, the harder it is for them to understand that they have been living a lie. Michael also explains that the intense shock caused by seeing reality can kill a person from a heart attack or something similar because absolute terror overwhelms them. This story also validates Morpheus's comment that the older a person is, the more difficult it is for their mind and body to accept the truth. The shock is simply too great. And there is a third disturbing theory as to why it is dangerous to awaken adults from the Matrix. The Matrix system may have a defense mechanism designed to eliminate those who are no longer useful to it. Think of it this way. Humans are batteries used to power up the Matrix. But once a person awakens and is released, they no longer serve as source of energy. They are now a threat to the system simply by learning the truth. So if an adult is awakened after decades of being connected, the Matrix may activate a defense program. It could induce organ failure via neural signals, effectively causing a fatal heart attack. This way the system would be protected from useless or dangerous elements. Adults who no longer generate energy and threaten to spread the truth among humans are eliminated. This would explain why Michael's parents in the comic died so suddenly. It wasn't just the shock of the revelation, but perhaps also an automated defense mechanism that eliminated them. Whatever the reason, the older you are, the more things are likely to go wrong upon waking up. Now there are some exceptions to the rule, like Neo himself and Bugs. She woke up as an adult with no apparent issues. That we know of course. However, Bugs is special, but we'll talk about that later. Therefore, waking up an adult carries serious physical risks. Their hearts could stop, their minds would break. The revelation crushes them after an entire life inside the Matrix. But do you agree? Why can't adults wake up from the Matrix?
Tired of your cookies not coming out as you want them to? That they don't taste like how your mother used to make them in her kitchen when you were a kid? Well, we have the solution for you. Introducing Oracle's Cookies, made only with the best ingredients and benevolent intentions. Oracle's Cookies will make you feel like you're the only one who can save the world. So don't delay. Pick up the phone and order now. There is absolutely positively nothing suspicious about Oracle's Cookies. If you can't trust this face, who can you trust?
Take a cookie. I promise by the time you're done eating it, you'll feel right as rain.
For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.